Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Kyshawn Jarrett makes the stop. Play action now. Dalton. Deep drop. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll try and start this drive to the right side before a lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm. Give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. He finds his target, Fuller. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
Everyone's got four down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. But on that play, there was zero space, no gain.
Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On third down, Miller. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They'll come out in the pistol.
Ready, 5-20.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Caught left side by Hilton. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to have a third down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
And they'll run it here. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. On fourth down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself. And that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now a handoff to Miller. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. The slot man in motion right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They got a man. It's Woods. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well-conceived, well-designed, and even better executed.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. So now on fourth down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This is taken at the 3. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Taken right around the 44. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a handoff looking right. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet there are humans out there running around. We just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's a give to Miller. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And And the Colts getting ready to go. And last time, the fumble to turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. No.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here's Dalton. It's complete. Fleener, right side. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
380.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Dalton here from the gun. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. It's complete to Fleener, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kobe Fleener, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts defense, they work their way back onto the field. They're just hoping for more of the same. Last time they forced the punt that led to a score.
They flipped the field, essentially, and that's what you want to do as a defense. Make sure that you put your offense in a great position to run their offense and put the ball in the end zone. That's exactly what they accomplished.
And they accomplished that last time. What will they accomplish this go-around? Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 1st and 10 for Dalton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there. They had a great job last time. They got the 4th down stop. It led to points. See if they can make magic happen twice.
How about the defense, though? You're going to go for it against us on your own side of the field. Rose up and stopped them. Went off the field and said, offense, take over. Put it in the end zone for us. And that's exactly what they did.
Puts a little chip on their shoulder when that happens, right?
Yeah, a lot of meanness involved in that. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
7 yards remain now on 3rd down.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Check 24.
Gun. Here we go now. Blue landing. Back line it up, Billy. Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Right side complete. That's Woods.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Cut his left. Cut his left. 4 down. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Watch left. Stop right there.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
380.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Throwing, Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Pat McAfee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd down following the run. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
4 down. Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Taken from his own 44 here. And he's got some space here. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags, a punt return touchdown, and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him.
So we are at halftime. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They're going to look to throw. He's got Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second and 10. Dalton once more. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3 yards left to grab here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
So a first down and 5 for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
Holding, offense.
So offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. Another pistol look here. From midfield here, Dalton. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Dalton off play action. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll put Fuller in motion right. And the play clock's running down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So they're going to go for 2.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And Dalton to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. They got a man, it's Woods. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And that's caught left side. It's Woods. It's a gain of 17 that time. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alvin Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll make it 3rd down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Nation here defensively. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton. This will be caught at about the 6. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. So they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they're going to speed things up here.
Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Ten yards still left on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Here's Drew Butler now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd down, Dalton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. You can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver. So
now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Hey, now let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. And he motions the wide receiver. Play clock winding down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards is the pickup there. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded at the 2. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
Lead the block in the back. Return team.
And here comes the Texans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction. I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
Now, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. 3rd down now following the run.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
You're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on this. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2. Good warning, and we'll be back. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Robert Woods, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's up and good. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again. So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block it, and he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. 3rd down and 8 now.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head down to San Diego for a matchup with the Chargers. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.